Ladies and gentlemen, we may have just run into the final boss just a bit too early. What's up, guys? I'm Pencil here to do a breakdown / live reaction review to chapter 15 of Ichi the Witch. And I'm excited. Ichi, despite only being 15 chapters in, got another lead shonen jump, top of the line, top of the border color page. I think this is its third color page on top of its initial one, then the second one, well, third as in after the first chapter. Like, in terms of in the manga, like, I see this opening color page, this opening, you're a Majik. I'm so excited. I'm glad this manga, it seems like it's doing well. Whenever Viz loads up for me, it's typically towards the top of it, like up there with the One Pieces and stuff like that. And also, at least according to everyone in the comments on Viz itself, apparently it's doing very, very well. And even y'all in the comments are saying it's doing well. And I'm just so happy. I feel like I picked up peak nice and early, fresh off the iron, and I'm excited. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into it. Editing me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do them to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact. A humanoid Majik. Now, I'll admit, part of me almost doesn't like this. Mainly because I think it's always interesting when, like, either major antagonists or final bosses, whichever one this guy is, I don't know, like, it could get crazy. This could literally be the Muzan of the series, or this could be a random. But regardless, a humanoid Majik is something I was hoping we were going to avoid, mainly because we haven't gotten too many Majik designs yet, and I was interested to see what the other ones would look like. But not only is his design fire, for one, meaning I don't necessarily mind it too much, but two, I think it does set an interesting precedent. A precedent much more interesting than what was established before. I thought all Majiks were kind of going to be either representations of animals or weird beasts of sorts. Like, I'm not even sure what you would call Uro. Like, I wouldn't call him a dragon. I wouldn't call him an angel. I wouldn't call him anything. Like, legitimately, I have no idea what I would call Uro. But he's just a unique design. So, I was kind of assuming we would never get a humanoid Majik. And I was kind of okay with that, because I was like, okay, this is neat. You have literally endless opportunities on how to design a Majik. But considering this guy does seem to be pretty major, considering he made Ichi lunge from halfway across Mississippi to come fight him, it's gonna get intriguing. And obviously, I think the design is not only good enough, but it also makes sense that Ichi's ultimate antagonist, or once again, I keep assuming ultimate antagonist just because he showed up, he clearly isn't, I don't think this guy's gonna get one shot. I don't even think Ichi's gonna beat him. Like, legitimately, he just has that level of presence to him. Has that little bit of that dog in him, to the point where I could see Ichi, the hunter witch who acts like a beast, going up against the magical beast who looks like a man. Like the parallels write themselves. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 2. Man, 215. I am 5 years in the future, maybe more, but 15 of Ichi the Witch. You're a Majik. Why are you mad clean though? Why are you mad? Ooh, and you know what? Speaking of character contrast, can we peep the fits? Can we peep the fits and how even they oppose each other? Like, notably, Ichi is soaked in black and pretty saturated colors in terms of his bright, like, almost crimson. Not crimson. It's the color I'm missing. It's like a mix of purple and red. I'm not sure what that color is called. Maroon, his bright maroon eyes and his golden pupils, golden fiery pupils. And then you just have this Majik who is stark white. Like, in everything from his super desaturated eyes to his bright white hair to the whiteness of most of his fit. Even the blue contrasts Ichi, and the black versus white contrast is very, very good. Oh, I'm telling you. Somebody, it just wants you to, it just beat me. It beat me over the head with its artistic quality. It's just built like that. But let's see. You're a Majik. Okay, I won't bust. Not yet. But this color page goes crazy. Once again, it's so, and I love it how the contrast is being already immediately highlighted. We have this Majik soaked in white, head to toe, the whole fit. Actually, that's kind of weird. The hat is this color on this page, and then it's actually pure white on this page. Ooh, but Loki got a low-key kind of calm little piccolo fit going on. Well, not really. I mean, at least I'm looking at this, almost looks like a turban, but then he has the neck wrap of, Piccolo having it? Well, yeah, but it typically goes into a cape, but this design is just so clean. And then, of course, you have my glorious, legendary, amazing, scrubbly Empress King Ichi, who contrasts perfectly with his all-black fit. Just like crazy. Okay. They want to know, though, the Hisame Majik, where is it? Like, he hasn't used it so far this entire arc, which is weird, considering he's going up against another ice user. And you think that'd be a good way to capture the mushroom? Like, I don't know, did never get integrated into his weapon? I know he was immediately being discussed after he returned from his mission. I'm like, I don't know. Let's see. chapter 15, the 15th hunt, S tier Majik warning. So wait, what's Uro? Was he not an S tier Majik? Was he not an S tier Majik? The King Majik, who had been gone unclaimed for thousands of years, he wasn't an S tier? Okay. I would sit here glazing this artistic quality to the moon and back, but it's the same praises I've been giving Ichi the Witch. The amazing line work, gorgeous coloring, fantastic use of contrast, and amazing visual design. Like, legitimately, in terms of design, this reminds me of, like, when Demon Slayer first dropped. And, like, we kept getting introduced to... The Hashira meeting is when, like, Demon Slayer showed me, oh, wait, we got designs on designs on designs. So even early Demon Slayer was really hitting design-wise. And that's back when it was just the manga. I remember when the manga first came out, and, like, people weren't expecting too much from it, but I remember looking at it and be like, man, these designs, they're kind of crazy, they're kind of fire. And Ichi the Witch gives me that exact same vibe, except the quality is to the moon from the start. Shiro Sasaki-sensei... But let's see. Ooh, I like that staff design too. I do like a Majik that wields a staff, like an evolved version of a wand. Showing how, like, they're closer to magic than humans are, where humans either wield blades like Ichi and Descaras, or wands, which also tend to be, like, shorter or smaller. But let's see. Oh, okay. Ichi the Witch. Yo, Ururo. Oh, okay, fine. I was like, he's been so silent. And I get it. Once again, I feel like Uruno's kind of being treated like a more lax early series Kurama, where, like, he's just gonna disappear for massive swaths in the narrative. We don't expect him to interact all too much. But, like, he's such a fun character. I'm glad that this fellow Majik, possibly an S-tier Majik, this fellow Majik is like, dude, I know you're here. you cannot hide from me. Let's see, Ururo popping out the shoulder. He's so mad. I mean, I get it. Y'all ever show up? Y'all ever show up to a function, not feeling your best, not looking your best, not doing your best, but you showed up because you showed up. Like you ain't had no choice in the matter. Like, you show up to work. Like, heck, look at me right now. I'm showing up to work. Horrific. Your boy needs a cut of cuts to save his life right now. Like, golly, gee, look, everything. The back of the head look right. Look wrong. Everything look wrong. Look at this. Look at my hairline. What hairline? It is decimated. I need to get a cut desperately. I ain't getting a cut for a few more days. So a couple videos, I'm just gonna have to look like this. It's gonna be rough. And I get it. But of course, it's way worse for Uro, because, like, you know, he was bragging. Because since we know the Majiks have, like, a universal communication system, somehow, maybe this guy, but a universal communication system, you know, Uro was bragging for, like, the thousands of years he went unclaimed, like, oh, you know, I'm built like that. You know, I'm just that guy. You know, they just can't capture me. I'm the king Majik, bro. You know, I just be slapping my meat around. And then to get claimed by a random kid. You know, Uro's embarrassed. Let's see. What happened? Why are you like that? Is this some new game of yours? Ugh, no. Deplorable. He really said, oh, so you're trash. You know what? Shout outs to Uro for being honest. I would have lied. Like, clearly, the Majiks do care about their standing, right? Like, they're even somewhat jazzed with the whole idea of the witches hunting them to some degree, right? Like, the trials exist. And of course, once again, the lore of Ichi the Witch is shockingly deep for a 15-chapter manga so far. But, like, it could be that they're necessitated by their creator to have these trials and stuff like that. So maybe it isn't all too specific, but, like, they care about how they go, how they get captured, all this stuff. Like, there's lore about how they feel about certain things. So it's interesting to see that this Majik, at the sheer idea of Uro being captured, is like, ugh, deplorable. But I guess it makes sense, right? Like, ultimately, Uro, at least how he's been described so far and how people keep reacting to him, he seems like the Majik that kind of just existed to never be captured. Like, for the longest time, you know how Mount Everest was like, oh, that's the mountain you just don't climb, and then people started climbing it, and then everyone started climbing it. Maybe that's the case with Uro here, where he was supposed to be that Majik that no one claimed. It was just meant to be like a rule of the universe, and Ichi was like, hi, my name's on the manga. Come to me. And then he got him. Let's see. Deplorable. Hey, you know them? Unfortunately, they're literally the last one in the whole world I wanted to run into. Oh! Okay, so this guy's built different. This guy's built different. Okay, the last one in the whole world? The whole world. So, I mean, maybe, like, that's the thing. I was gonna say, maybe you don't introduce your final antagonist this early, but, like, Muzan appeared in what, chapter, like, 11, 12? Shigaraki actually doesn't make an appearance for a while in MHA. Now I think about it, a lot of early Ichi the Witch reminds me of early MHA, where technically they were doing things, but, like, the main villain plot didn't start until USJ, which is a while in MHA. But still, relatively early. I'd say like 30 chapters. Blackbeard gets introduced relatively early on in the One Piece. But, like, 15 chapters. What villain has introduced its main villain? Well, I guess technically JJK introduced its main villain in chapter 1. through Sukuna. So I guess it can work. It can work, but and ultimately, yeah. But then again, I could see Ichi going much longer than JJK did if both of the authors feel like it. Like this could be a series that kind of goes on forever. But so, and honestly, it's kind of doing the JJK thing where it supposedly introduced the peak of human magic power in Descaras. She's supposedly the strongest witch on the planet, or at least the strongest witch that we know of so far. And hey, if we already run into the strongest Majik, I highly doubt Ichi's gonna like low div him. If anything, I could see this finally being the first time that Ichi loses, at least presumably. Let's see. They're literally the last one in the whole world I wanted to run into. I tried to lie low and cover all of my signs. I'll cover all signs of my presence so they wouldn't notice. But no, some feral dumb idiot bloodlust. Wait, sorry. But that's interesting. So you can suppress that. Once again, I love power systems. I was about to say something horrible. I am down atrocious for a good power system, and I love the Ichi the Witch power system so far. It reminds me a lot. It's like a mix of Black Clover and Pokemon. If that makes sense. Like you have a magical ability, you have a magical ability, but just like how a person can wield one Pokemon completely differently than another, Ichi has been wielding his powers in completely unique ways that I don't think other people would have so far. And I think that's the Black Clover of it all comes from the personalization of it. And then again, I guess it is just legit Pokemon. Like Pokemon, it is Pokemon. Wow, it is just Pokemon. You can also fight. So Digimon? Like I know like in some series of Digimon, like they really fuse with the Digimon. And then again, there's like that weird arc in the Pokemon Black manga where like I think he fuses with Zekrom. So like, I mean, technically it's always there. But let's see. And then again, no, because they're wielding them as weapons. It's like Pokemon if you could just use them directly as weapons. Because notably they don't... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going down a rabbit hole. Let's see. But no, some feral idiot's dumb bloodlust radar had to go off. Why'd you run toward them instead of away, you nutcase? I'm not a nut. Yes, you are. Ichi, yes, you are. There was no... Like, especially in that moment. Like, well, here's the thing. I'm not sure what this thing would have done. Right? Like, I guess that's the thing. If Ichi felt its bloodlust from that far away, it was like, you know what? Maybe I need to attack that. Maybe he was gonna just insta-wipe everything. Once again, this guy does seem extremely powerful, just off his aura alone. And the fact that Uro himself was like, no, I do not want to deal with this guy. We have extreme context for Uro's power, ironically enough. Like that, he's pretty basically. Like, May solo all JJK by himself. Once he gets some speed feats, you never know. But let's see. Not a nut. I swear, not a single good thing has happened since you acquired me. Well, I mean, for him, yeah. Like, that's the only thing that does suck. Like, it's not... But then again, it is, once again, ironically enough, very similar to Pokemon. Like, once you're captured as a Majik, unless your user dies or until they die of old age, you are kind of just stuck. Like, you can't do anything. And clearly, Uro can't exactly manipulate Ichi at all. At least not directly. He needs to, like, gaslight, girl boss, and gatekeep him. He cannot directly talk to Ichi. And notably, Uro's the exception. He's the exception to the rule. Because so far, Inani hasn't had a line since chapter 2. Since that boy got captured. And we haven't heard the Isami Majik in, like, what, 5 chapters? 5. 5 made me get dragging it. But no, I think actually maybe accurate to say 5 chapters. So, like, legitimately, once the previous Pokemon get captured, they just become weapons that occasionally show up as, like, spell buffs. Or it's a specific spell that they are. So it is a really, like, I'm not gonna lie and say the Majiks have a good deal in all of this once they get captured. Let's see. Acquired. You, Urara, by that little mouse. So he's like, really? You, Urara, the King Majik, acquired by a random? Like, that does make me wonder. Because we know Ichi, especially since he just brought up the whole Science of Life thing. So I'm assuming it is somewhat like the Dragon Ball power system. I wonder if he would feel differently if it was someone stronger. Like, say Togais or Descaras was the one to capture Uraro. I wonder if this guy would have been like, I get it. But he's like, okay, I was not familiar with their game. I respect it. But since Ichi has been described to pretty much have, like, the output of a normal woman. Like, he's not, the only way he's exceptional is in his own unique talents as a hunter and his ability to use magic in the first place. Ichi himself isn't actually all that special in terms of output or ability. The only thing I feel like is somewhat special is, like, his ability or his depth of his magic pool. Like, he has never, at least so far, 15 chapters deep, he has not run into the issue of running out of magic ever until he uses Uro. But outside of that, he's pretty much average. So I guess that's why the thing refers to him, like, the Majik refers to him as, like, a little mouse. He's like, dude, this is a regular guy. What do you mean you got captured? But there is some context. Let's see. But you, Uraro, by that little mouse. Oh, okay. Ichi with the oh, how, like, typically I'd be like, this kind of like ruins the seriousness of the panel, but I think it works so well for one, the style of Ichi the Witch as a manga, and two, the contrast, where ultimately Ichi is the one who's fully locked in, like, I'm gonna give another Majik back shots because I feel like it. And Uro who's like, I do not want to be here. Let's see. Okay, the weave is immaculate. Ichi, how you gonna land? Oh, interesting. Uro switched shoulders. I mean, I guess this thing he can kind of pop out of anywhere, can he? So I wonder if he could just like not decide to just seize and or pop out of like Ichi's forehead. Uro mix-ups, you never know. Let's see. Ichi's like, I whiffed again. Well, he blocked like the Majik block last time. Let's see. You react to bloodlust, an unusual biological response. That is true. I mean, like, it will fight or flight, and I guess flight is more common than fight. But I know people. Heck, sometimes I am people who will react with violence, not even necessarily to bloodlust, just to stimuli, like rapid stimuli that they were not expecting. I've been socked before. Luckily enough, she's not that strong. she has a massive fight response, but she's not that strong. So like the one time I jump scared her, I was like, good to know for later. So Mother Mercy, don't ever go to the gym because she would have been serious violence. Luckily enough, I've noticed. No, at least so far. Who knows? Technically, I've seen one of them scared. They're also like me sometimes where they just run. They're very like anti-violence. But I don't think like all my larger friends. I don't think any of them have like an immediate fight response. And to be fair, some of them are like actual fighters, and apparently that gets trained down the more you're used to fighting. But still, it is an unusual biological response. But I do believe it makes sense because Ichi was not only raised in the woods, but also that is fighting is something that humans are kind of privy to, if you've noticed throughout human history. If there's one thing that almost every single nation or group of people or individual has done, it's fight. It's in our blood. Let's see. You, mouse, look at me. What do you see? Ooh, what is this dangling off the hat? Whoa, this thing's huge. What is this dangling off the hat? I mean, it's cool. I wonder what this... I mean, teleportation seems to be an ability of it, but that's interesting. Is that like a clock of some sort? Let's see. Oh, Ichi's studying him? Okay. Ichi, you reading the aura, bro? Is this a thing? You reading his power level? Maybe not his power. Oh, maybe Ichi. Maybe you don't want to. Oh, interesting, though. We're getting a lot of ice-associated characters. Unless this is meant to be the remnants. Oh, okay. He's just sitting on a mushroom. Okay, so this is meant to be his aura itself. I kind of got confused, but I think this is the remains, because this is a mushroom, and this is the ice left over from Togai's attack. So, interesting. So, he just screams death. Let's see. Let me hit it for the one time. I see death. Tell me, how many people have you killed? Ooh, so he built like that. So this guy. Well, then again, it's really hard to tell. Once again, the peak of the universe. I think this will be our first official glimpse at it. If this guy, well, then again, probably not, because I don't think he'll have to try against Ichi, presumably. I don't know. Because the one thing I'll give, Chapter 1 is fantastic. And it's fantastic for multiple ways, but one of the ways it's fantastic is that we do not really see the Ichi and Ururo fight. Or not the Descaras and Ururo fight. We do not see it. We see its conclusion. We see Descaras had basically won. We see that, but we do not actually see the level of combat that two of the strongest of this universe have to offer. King Ururo, the King Majik, and Descaras, the strongest witch. We do not see either, like, the massive scale results of their battle. So, the peak of this universe is something we haven't gleamed just yet. And having this guy be the person to gleam it for us will be interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. How many people have you... Oh, but I say all that to know... Maybe he's just been spawn camping random. Maybe he's like Mihawk maybe he's like Mihawk chasing Don Krieg in early One Piece. He is legit just stat padding, bro. He said, I don't care the quality of the KD, I just care about the KD. And maybe he's just been racking it up. But at least the way that Ichi's perceiving, like, this is the first time we've seen Ichi even slightly on edge. Even against Uro, he was pretty much unperturbed. Of course, it's because Uro was like, actually pretty chill for the most part. And also he had set up, he had like prep time for Uro. But still, we haven't seen this man feel like actual fear or even apprehension for a little bit. And obviously he still has the desire to hunt. He's still lunging in response. But you can tell this is the first time that Ichi's been in like, whoa, maybe Maybe, am I built for this? I'll try. Let's see. Slamming the staff down. All right, on the mushroom too. Let's see. Oh, so maybe he had, interesting. I thought he had like teleportation magic. Maybe, was that sheer movement speed that he did that? It may have been sheer movement speed, because once again, we're fitting heavily from the skeleton here to this. We're fitting heavily into like a skeleton motif. Interesting. The death magic, possibly? I don't know. White, though. I feel like, well, then again, the Grim Reaper's skeleton is white. That's typically, but it's typically shown wearing all black. So it's interesting that this guy is cloaked in all white. Maybe Angel of Death? Possibly? I don't know. With all the bones going around, I'm not sure. Oh. Uh-oh. Has Oro seen this before? What's that? Oh, I love the angles that are being drawn here, too. Well, sorry, I'm trying not to glaze the art too much, because the one thing I've been glazing Ichi the Witch supremely is the art. But let's see. What's that? Ichi, what's wrong? You don't want to smoke? Huh? What? Where are we? When did we get here? And what is that dome? Oh, Komugi. Poor Komugi. Bro, like, why do they keep doing you like this? I have no idea. Oh, she literally froze her bottom half. What'd she do? Let's see. I saw Ichi dash off somewhere for no reason. Then Master Toge showed up, froze the mushroom magic, and acquired it. And then, okay, so now she has 17 magics. Interesting. And I'll admit, I mean, the little guy is pretty strong. I mean, I'm not sure. It depends on like what kind of mushrooms you can spawn, and like how freely you can spawn them. But that actually would have been a pretty good addition to Ichi's arsenal, I'd say, because you can get real creative. Like the one thing I'm interested in seeing is, can you stack? Can you stack spells? Like, or even like how quickly can you cycle through them? Ichi only had one. He had Uro, of course, but like he wasn't going to use Uro because that knocked him out for 3 days. So he had the one Inari, then he got Hisame, but he never used the combination of them. But I can imagine that like stabbing into somebody, electrocuting them, causing them to stun, setting up for a perfect opportunity to freeze them, and then sealing them inside a mushroom could have been a crazy combo. And that's the thing. I wonder how frequently you can stack. Togeist is heavily spec'd into ice. We don't know what Descaras is spec'd into. But I'm interested if Ichi keeps broadening that kit, leveling it up more and more and more, how much he can mix up in combat scenarios. But let's see. So they were interesting. They were all booted out from this dome. Is it because they're I'm guessing it's because they're witches. Let's see. The next thing I knew, I felt like we'd been bounced off something. Oh, interesting. Scopia. The villagers are still all within the dome. Only us witches and the cadets were kicked out. Descaras. This. Oh, so they do. Do they know? Do they recognize it? Interesting, though. A being of his power, but he doesn't want to deal with any witches. But he kept Ichi there. Well, then again, I wonder if it works. I wonder if it's like a 2-layered system, right? Where like, say the dome has or the spell that he uses, because we only use a magic. So the spell that he uses eliminates all people who have any proficiency in magic. But since whales aren't typically known to have proficiency in magic, it's never the 2-step, the hidden second step of the spell was never triggered before. But like, if there's a woman who has magic, remove her. Because notably, the witch cadets aren't witches, they just have access to basic magic. And there are multiple women in here who don't have access to magic, but they weren't kicked out. So I'm assuming it's like a two-step spell. If woman, with magic, delete. But since Ichi only met the qualification of with magic, the first part of the spell didn't kick in, and thusly he was left in. Or it could be intentional. You never know. Maybe he can just choose. Let's see. Descaras. This. Oh, Descaras locked. Okay, she's locking in. Okay, we're gonna see Descaras come, please. Osamu Sensei? It's Osamu Sensei. It's Osamu Sensei, and then Osamu Nishi Sensei. Are we gonna finally see Descaras cook? Are we finally gonna see her locked in? Uh-oh, spaghetti. Well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'll take some Descaras lore. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. And a little bit of Descaras' backstory would, in fact, go crazy. But she seems actively incensed here. And notably, she doesn't say a word. She just dips. Descaras, come back! Okay. So, now the question is this an Uro situation where she has no direct relation outside the magic itself, or is this personal? I think it may be personal, just based on her reaction to it, her motion, and no words being exchanged. Because notably, even with Ururo back in chapter 1, despite having chased him for a while, she seemed to still be somewhat ambient and playful with the rest of the witches there. But now that she sees this, she's moving mad spooky, mad active. What happened, Descaras? What happened? Was it your family, your father, your mother, your poor, innocent younger brother? Who did this Majik take from you? Let's see. Ring, ring. Okay, this is where we're gonna get it. Togais, answer me! Master Monogold, this is Togais. We just encountered an entirely unforeseen... Calm down, Togais. Listen carefully. I'm issuing code 00. An S-tier Majik warning. Full credit! Let's see. Whoa, I'm so sorry, Kamugi. I can only go so high without immediately turning into Starbucks. Let's see. An S-tier Majik? We just received a prophecy from the Association's Oracle. Y'all have one of those? They did not predict Ichi the Witch? Well, we just received a prophecy from the Association's Oracle. On the 6th day of the 6th month, at 45 minutes past the 2nd hour. It should have been the 6th day at the 6th month, on the 6th minute of the 6th second. But no, let's see. On the 6th day, on the 6th month, at 45 minutes past the 2nd hour. In other words, in 15 minutes. The eastern town of Hoitaka and its surroundings will be warped out. Warped out? So it is teleportation. Teleportation and death? I mean, to be fair, we don't know what Uro's ability is magic amplification, but presumably Majiks can wield multiple spell types. So maybe this is the Majik of multiple abilities. Warped out? Then, yes, that Majik. We know nothing about it. Not its power, not its acquisition trial, not even what it looks like. All we know is that it appeared 15 years ago, and with absolutely no war. So they know. So, once again, this does bring into question, how old is Descaras? How old is Descaras? How old is Togais? Because they were age mates, clearly. They went to school at the same time. 15 years ago. Assuming they're both 20. Let's go with the low end, right? Because Ichi's 15. Let's assume they're both 20. 15 years ago, Descaras, it makes sense. If she was 5 and then, had beef with this Majik, it makes sense. 15 years ago. Let's see. All we know is that it appeared 15 years ago with absolutely no warning. Oh, what? What is that? What is that? That's not... I don't think that's warping. I think that's like eating. Like, what? A chunk of mountain 3 miles in diameter, including 2 towns. Oh wow, that's a crazy. Osamu Sensei. They really said, "Oh, Hori's finally gone," but Tatsu Sensei's still there. Tatsu Sensei of Dandadan fame is still there. Ichi Sensei, I see what you're doing. Wait, no, not Ichi Sensei. I need to get the artists' names memorized. Let me see. Yeah, Shiro Sensei. I see your angle. You waited until the great beast fell from the heavens. But not only have I heard he's already working on a new manga, so he's gonna be back. Unless he decides to do Seinen or something like that. He may not be in Shonen Jump. But still, he's already that man's a workaholic. Sweet mother, I worry for that poor man. Well, he ain't poor. That man got racks. I mean, let me not pretend that Horikoshi ain't got bands. But still, I feel bad for that man. That man needs rest, sleep. Hori, take 5 years off. Trust me, we'll still be here. But with it being the case, I see you, Shiro Sensei. You said, wait, the dragon has fallen. Allow the phoenix to rise in his place. I see you flexing on the artistic quality of the rest of Shonen Jump. I see. Because we're who's competing? Who's competing now? Dr. Stone is over. I mean, One Punch Man, but I wouldn't say Mura's consistent enough to really count him in this competition. I mean, he's clearly the best, but I wouldn't count him in the competition. He's not consistent enough in terms of releases. It is legit. Right now, it's Dandadan and Ichi the Witch, I think, that are fighting. And I think Dandadan's winning. I really admit, I think Dandadan's winning. The artistic quality of Dandadan is literally legendary and makes you want to rip my toes out. Don't ask what that means, because even I don't know. We'll see. No warning. Was warped out in the blink of an eye. But still, what is that? Did they strip all the nutrients from it? Almost looks like they were yeah, it looks like everything, all the life. But then again, no, there's muscle and sinew. I have no idea. It looks like a mix of being frozen or mutated. Let's see. The Association's greatest enemy. We've been hunting it for years. If Uro is the king Majik, then this One and its ability to carve out and warp chunks of the world is the God Majik. We named it. What they name it? What they name it? Oh, that's a bar. That's a band. The World Hater Majik. Oh no! I mean, I was kind of expecting more fire name. The World Hater Majik, really? Honestly, I would have literally just went with the God Majik, because it's not like Uro has a specific title. He's just the King Majik. So like, I would have literally just called him the God Majik. Like that sounds crazy, but interesting. So his ability is to carve out chunks of space, but it's not perfect. It doesn't seem to be perfect. In fact, it looks very imperfect, unless this is all intentional. But the thing is, this reminds me a lot. It's considering the manga's over, and I don't think it's ever going to get an adaptation. Actually, I think is Orient getting an anime adaptation? It may be. The manga's over. How many seasons would that be? Probably like 2, maybe 3. But there's a character in Orient. His name is Shiro Inukai, and he has a very similar ability to this Majik, where he can swing his sword in a particular way and then carve out areas in space and then proceed to swap them. So I wonder if he does something similar. The only thing is, though, if he swapped them, there wouldn't be this remnant. So maybe he legit just warps out all a specific type of energy. Then again, it literally carves a hole in the ground. I don't know. Let's see. The World Hater Majik. You asked me a question earlier. How many people have I killed? Oh, it's interesting that he's entertaining Ichi, though. You misspoke. You should have asked, how many am I going to kill? He's like, yeah, you underestimate my KD, bro. I need to get it higher. I need an even greater ratio. Let's see. How many am I going to kill? Kid, activate me now. Oh, Uro's like, we need to lock it. Huh? That Majik is no joke. We need to get far away and fast. But can you even escape the dome? There's not a hole in it. You're gonna. Oh. Okay, never mind. I read that wrong. Interesting though, because they were still bounced off of something. I thought it was like a sealed dome. I thought this page implied that it was like a sealed dome, like there was something in between all these bones. And it looks like there's a different like fade or shade over it. But it's possible that maybe they could escape, maybe tear through the membrane, and maybe that's how Ichi will save these people or break the prophecy. But then again, I wonder if it's prophesized to happen, Ichi is destined to fail, right? So I wonder if this will be a story about defying destiny, or it'll be a Ichi humbling session. Let's see. That Majik is no joke. We need to get far away and fast. So it is a Majik. Yes, Ichi. We've gotten to that. Let's see. One wrong move, and I'll wind up vaporized right along with you. Oh, so Ichi's like, that's even, okay, wow, so this guy's dangerous. Okay, but interesting, he says vaporized. So he already, maybe this fellow sells GDK as well. But that aside, interesting. His ability, the World Hater Majik's ability, is so thorough and so potent that it could even kill Uro. And presumably Inari and the Hisame Majik, even though Majiks are 1, meant to be immortal, and 2, meant to be freed upon the death of their holder. Okay, so far he definitely is like the strongest, at least creature we've met so far. Once again, how he compares to Descaras? Unknown, but presumably he probably outclasses her if Descaras is going high def with Ururo, and this guy's an entirely other league than Ururo. But the thing is, he's an S-tier Majik. That means there are other S-tier Majik. But I wonder if any of them are benevolent. Let's see. One wrong move, and I'll end up vaporized right alongside you. We've got to get out of here before something or someone triggers it. Understood? Interesting. So but then again, I think it may be like a passive spell which loads up over time, but it looks like it's not as instantaneously malicious. Presumably, it could have killed Ichi whenever, all right? But it's actually interested in Ichi, or at least interested in humanity enough to not just immediately wipe them. It's clear the fact that humanity still exists when this thing is wandering around vaporizing or teleporting or eating them, that it still lives because it's more passive, and that's interesting. I wonder what its motive. Oh no, Ichi, no. Then again, of course he's gonna fight it. Let's see. Ooh, is that a tear or is that sweat? I think it's too far to the right to be. So that man is sweating. Oh, but he's licking his lips. He's a fiend for it. He's a fiend. Ichi, no, don't be a fiend. Wait, you're not gonna. You there, Majik. My name is Ichi. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. Ichi the witch, and I'm going to hunt you. I hope you're ready. Twitch. Ichi, you're gonna get everyone killed, bro. You are gonna be the reason that village disappeared. All right. A W chapter on every level. Once again, introducing an extremely powerful antagonist that seemingly enough will not be immediate Ichi food. I'm down with. Seeing Descaras for the first time in this 15 chapter manga, actually seemingly enough, lock in intensely like this, serious, flat face, straight murderous, malicious intention, really, really cool. Seeing, admittedly, it's not as cool that Togeist ended up getting the mushroom magic, but that's fine. Once again, maybe we don't want to expand Ichi's arsenal too much. I just feel really bad for Kumagi. And also, finally getting some time with Aurora. That's the one thing I'll admit. Don't get me wrong, I love the Kurama dynamic. It's one of my favorites. But at the same time, if we had Kurama and then we had Sukuna, I'm definitely hoping for more mix between the two. And very importantly, I want more exposure to Aurora. I want Aurora to be an active character for more of the narrative and not just be the occasional plot device. So I'm interested to see how Ichi is about to hunt the world hater Majik, the God Slayer, or the God Majik. Overall, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave Destroyer. Just like, because he seems like it. Leave Destroyer in the comment section down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also do have a Patreon below where you can support me for as low as $1, and things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions, where the series I'm to review, every variation of all my videos, and become a $25 Patreon or a $20 member. You can order whatever video you want. Also do a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Brandon Payne, Glacier XE, and G Prosper. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, Igneo Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly Euchia, and Yuki Alla. Then I'd like to give a big ol' gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members: Jay Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give a big gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Overlord Zero, Waki Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan, supersized, sweet mother of mercy, that kidney will be yours one day, or the Black Myth video, whichever comes first, possibly both. That guy with a pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.